Today is July 25th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we're going to read a little bit more of Bill's story by reading the second half of page 15. At the 12 and 12, we are going to continue our journey through step 4 by reading page 43. And we're going to read today's daily reflection and 24 hours a day. So with that, hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours. That is always a good thing, you know, and I heard a powerful story from a friend yesterday, their recovery story, and somebody very dear to them during her alcoholism and during her rock bottom finally said to her, "Instead of dying, will you have the courage to choose to live?" And that was such a turning point for her. And I just thought that was such a powerful line. So today I pray that we choose to live. It's a choice every single day. With that, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so in Bill's story, he and his wife are very adamantly deciding to work with others. So they're working the 12th step. So let's see how that goes for them. We're on bottom of page 15. We commenced to make many fast friends, and a fellowship has grown up among us, which it is a wonderful thing to feel a part. The joy of living we really have, even under pressure and difficulty. I've seen hundreds of families set their feet in the path that really goes somewhere. I've seen the most impossible domestic situations righted, feuds and bitterness of all sorts wiped out. I've seen men come out of asylums and resume a vital place in the lives of their families and communities. Business and professional men have regained their standing. There is scarcely any form of trouble and misery which has not been overcome among us. In one Western city and its environs, there are 1,000 of us and our families. We meet frequently so that newcomers may find the fellowship that they seek. At these informal gatherings, one may often see from 50 to 200 persons. We're growing in numbers and power. And according to the footnote, in 2017, AA is composed of approximately 118,305 groups. And thank God, I'm sure it's even more than that now. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on step 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Page 43. We want to find exactly how, when, and where our natural desires have warped us. We wish to look squarely at the unhappiness that this has caused others and ourselves. By discovering what our emotional deformities are, we can move toward their correction. Without a willing and persistent effort to do this, there can be little sobriety or contentment for us. Without a searching and fearless moral inventory, most of us have found that faith which really works in daily living is still out of reach. Before tackling the inventory problem in detail, let's have a closer look at what the basic problem is. Simple examples like the following take on a world of meaning when we think about them. Suppose a person places sex desire ahead of everything else. In such a case, this imperious urge can destroy his chances of material and emotional security as well as his standing in the community. Another may develop such an obsession for financial security that he wants to do nothing but hoard money. Going to the extreme, he can become a miser, or even a recluse who denies himself both family and friends. Nor is the quest for security always expressed in terms of money. How frequently we see a frightened human being determined to depend completely upon a stronger person for guidance and protection. This weak one, failing to meet life's responsibilities with his own resources, never grows up. Disillusionment and helplessness are his lot. In time, all of his protectors either flee or die, and he is once more left alone and afraid. We've also seen men and women who go power mad, who devote themselves to attempting to rule their fellows. These people often throw to the winds every chance for legitimate security and a happy family life. Whenever a human being becomes a battleground for the instincts, there can be no peace. Daily Reflections, July 25th. Those who still suffer. For us, if we neglect those who are still sick, there is unremitting danger to our own lives and sanity. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 151. I know the torment of drinking compulsively to quiet my nerves and my fears. I also know the pain of white-knuckled sobriety. Today, I do not forget the unknown person who suffers quietly, withdrawn and hiding in the desperate relief of drinking. I ask my higher power to give me His guidance and the courage to be willing to be His instrument, to carry within me compassion and unselfish actions. Let the group continue to give me the strength to do with others what I cannot do alone. 24 hours a day, July 25th. We are living on borrowed time. We are living today because of AA and the grace of God. And what there is left of our lives, we owe to AA and to God. We should make the best use we can of our borrowed time, and in some small measure pay back for that part of our lives which we wasted before we came into AA. Our lives from now on are not our own. We hold them in trust for God and AA. We must do all that we can to forward the great movement that has given us a new lease on life. Am I holding my life in trust for AA? Meditation for the day. You should hold your life in trust for God. Think deeply on what that means. Is anything too much to expect from such a life? Do you begin to see how dedicated a life in trust for God can be? In such a life, miracles can happen. If you are faithful, you can believe that God has many good things in store for you. God can be Lord of your life, controller of your days, of your present and your future. Try to act as God guides and leave all the results to Him. Do not hold back, but go all out for God and the better life. Make good your trust. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may hold my life in trust for God. I pray that I may no longer consider my life as all my own. Okay, so some great stuff here. I guess since we're running up on time, I'll just talk about that last reading. It's powerful. You know, I've been given a second chance. And if you've been through the hell of alcoholism and now you've experienced the miracle of sobriety, it's like, you know, this is Robology, but I believe you've been given a second chance too. You know, we hear all the old cliches over the few 24 hours that we're sober, you know, and one of the big ones is you can't keep it unless you give it away. There are other people still suffering out there. And don't get me wrong, we don't just have to confine ourselves to helping alcoholics. What about helping just the world? You know, if we've been given a second chance in life and we have this stronger relationship with our higher power, people might see it in us. And hopefully we have a desire to want to help and serve others. That's been something that has been true to me. I feel like for me, I got a little overzealous at the very beginning. I want to tell the world in very early sobriety what had happened. And I was excited, and maybe there was some good to that. But I hadn't entirely worked all the steps yet. But when I received this second chance, or probably 1,000th chance, I just want to tell somebody about it because I'm so grateful. And hopefully somebody else can experience that kind of grace as well. As I said at the beginning, recovery is life. We've been given new life. Where alcoholism for us was death. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, if I kept on drinking, I would have lost my family, probably served jail time, and who knows what else. Maybe literal death. But I've been given a second chance, and grace. All I want to do is make those living amends to grow and tell the world, not just by my words, but my actions, that life is good, recovery is possible, and that the God of my understanding is incredible. So if you're sober today, my friends, you are a miracle. And as always, you know that I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or any other recovery sect or denomination. I'm just a guy reading these books that mean a lot to me. And I'm really grateful that you're here with me in this lifeboat of recovery. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.